Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Thursday. All right, guys. Well, I hope you were able to join us for our recap today with Jason, the Real Housewives of Miami season 7 premiere. By the way, that recap was so good. And you know what's funny about having Jason on is a lot of times he's not really into all of the other shows. So I even said this in the recap. It's not necessarily like the most fun to have somebody on who is not really into what is going on with the shows. But when it comes to Below Deck or Real Housewives of Miami or even sometimes Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, like Jason is in it. So that makes me really, really happy. Now, with that, we're back to talk about Porsha's alimony. Girl just took him to the bank. And Andy Cohen has some really exciting news. So I thought that was great too. Oh, we have lots to talk about, lots to discuss. So go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's talk about this. Apparently, with Porsha Guobadia Williams, whatever other last name she's had. I mean, this girl just took him to the bank. You guys remember I was the one who flew out to Atlanta and I interviewed Fallon Guobadia at the time that Porsha ended up hooking up with Simon. And she had a lot to say. And she ended up, obviously going in her own direction. She now has multiple babies with somebody else. And I don't mean that in a bad way. You're expanding your family. I mean it in a very good way. It's not like by the way, I'm not just like sitting here like bashing somebody, not at all. And I'm really, really happy for her. But Porsha was not married for that long. And now, from what we're hearing, she has a $40,000 a month alimony that's coming through. So the judge actually fully enforced their prenuptial agreement, meaning Simon has to pay Porsha $40,000 a month for 14 to 15 months. So can I just tell you real quick, let's do the math. $40,000 a month for, let's say 15 months. That's $600,000. To Porsha, that might not be a lot of money. I think to most people, that is a lot of money. And that's a little under a year and a half. Yeah, girl, you did it. You did good. I mean, especially if the guy was like sitting here threatening, he's like, I'm going to take you to the bank. Well, you didn't take her ass to the bank. She took your ass to the bank, is what happened. And, he was saying, oh, well, all of these things are going to come out. And I had people in my house and this was happening and X, Y, and Z and yada, yada. No. Porsha just did that. And if you guys don't remember what happened with Simon Guobadia, Simon ended up getting deported. So at the end of the day, what happened with this was he technically was in his relationship with Porsha. And I kind of feel like somebody close to the couple ended up reporting him. But by the way, it's not like it's his first time being deported. He was deported 2 other times and then he still came back to the United States. But I feel like it was somebody who was close to the couple who ended up making a call. I think that this was a little bit of an inside job. That is total speculation. I don't know that to be fact, and I just want to make sure that that's known. And after that, he was detained by ICE. I have my little naked cat who wants to come up here. He was detained by ICE. Now, after he was detained by ICE, they had to go to court, and it was actually ICE who brought him to court, which, by the way, I'm not laughing at this. I'm like, this is like a Hulu Impact story. How the hell does this happen? But it happened. Yeah. Now, Porsha is also, well, she's awarded a few things. She gets their luxury car, meaning the Rolls-Royce is also included in this. And Simon must also cover her legal fees, which that is going to be costly for her. And then as far as their marital home, Porsha can choose by 2027 to either stay in or sell their $7 million home. But if she does decide to stay in the $7 million home, she must refinance it to buy out Simon's 50% share in the $7 million home. Now, as far as right now, I guess Simon has to continue paying property-related expenses from Nigeria because that's where he was deported to. And is that going to be expensive? Yeah, I think that it would be silly to be like, oh, that's not going to be expensive. No, it's definitely going to cost him a pretty penny. And I think truly this is it's this is not going to be a cheap divorce for him. I think that he thought, "Oh, I'm going to get your ass." And I think that she literally just took him to the bank. But on top of that, another thing that I wanted to cover was Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen ended up sharing big news, which good for Andy Cohen. Watch What Happens Live has been renewed, and Bravo confirmed that Watch What Happens Live will continue on through 2027. Now, we're only in 2025. I mean, we're almost halfway through, but that means that he has another year and a half, if that's like the beginning of 2027. But we also don't know how long that's going to be. And he also said that he's thrilled to stay on as both a reunion host and also executive producer across all of the Real Housewives franchises. And this has been over 2 decades with Bravo. I think that's good. I mean, I think at the moment that we end up getting ready, like rid of Andy Cohen, I think that because people have vocalized that in the past, if we end up getting rid of Andy Cohen, it's one of those things. It's like when people wanted Lisa Rinna pushed out and they're like, no, we can't do this anymore. But then what you're essentially asking for is for somebody who you view as very highly recognizable, and you're like, well, we're done. We want somebody else. But my family always told me this, and I'm not calling Andy the devil at all. I love Andy Cohen, but sometimes it's better to deal with the devil you know than the devil you don't. I think that's the best analogy. So sometimes it's better to deal with the host in the EP that we know who is has been very instrumental in making these shows, hosting these reunions, doing the after shows, than somebody who we have no idea who we're going to get. That could absolutely just tank the entire Bravo sphere. We don't want that. We associate Andy Cohen as sort of like a mascot. Think about it like Disney World. Like there's Mickey and Minnie and Goofy. Who else? Donald Duck. I don't fucking know. But yeah, they're like mascots for Disney. That's what Andy Cohen is like for Bravo. So we want him to be in the Bravo sphere, and we want him to continue to have a hand on everything that's going on. This cat is driving me insane. All right, guys, I want to hear what you guys think. By the way, if you did not, again, go ahead and catch up on our live recap. This cat is driving me insane. On our live recap today for the Real Housewives of Miami season 7, then make sure you guys are a part of the replay crew because that was really, really good. And then tomorrow, hopefully, I'm looking at what the topics will be for tomorrow. I hope we have some good ones. I will keep you guys posted because I would love to do a hot, messy topics. And then I have a few cool people lined up. And just, I hope that we can just make it happen. Make it happen. But pop off, smash the like button, do all the things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.